My name is Okpeyemi Oyukola Ogunbola. Today, I will be privileged to talk majorly on a topic that is deeply affecting Nigerians outside the diaspora, like majorly in the diaspora. But first and foremost, I'd like to thank celebrate America for their 250 years uh, of independence, of freedom from slavery and the likes. Because Yoruba, my culture will say something that as if you are there, celebrate with them. I simbe like Bawandasi. When you are not, when you are in an environment and they are celebrating, it require your effort to rejoice with them, because when you rejoice with people who are rejoicing, they will also rejoice with you. So, great America, I celebrate you all. That is why I'm wearing one part America, one part Nigeria today. And I'm basically going to talk on this topic. And the reason why I'm talking on this is because, to the glory of God, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be 33 years today that Nigeria lost a majority vote ever. A majority vote ever. And that is 1993 and the era of Chief MK Abiola. I'm not saying this just to praise MK. I'm not saying this not to praise anybody. But I'm saying this for my younger generation, the AI generation born, the Gen Z of our time, to understand of what we call unity, because it is now that our eyes are open that we understand that there's nothing like you are Igbo, you are Yoruba, you are Hausa. Because if I had wanted to go in my way of marrying the tribe I would love marrying most, I would have married Igbo. Because there's a lady I loved too much like that when I was in primary and secondary school. I won't mention anyone. Anyway, that's not where I'm going. Now, where I'm going is this. I'm going to talk on a topic titled Embracing your embracing your give me 1 second. I don't want to miss it. Embracing your heritage and culture in any atmosphere that you might find yourself. Embracing your heritage or culture in any atmosphere that you might find yourself. First and foremost, I'm going to start using myself as an example before I move into deeper realm of it. Telling you the advantage of embracing your heritage and the disadvantages of not embracing your heritage. I'm talking live on Host Global TV. As you all know, what do we mean by heritage? Heritage is a line of culture given by our foreleaders who come into play, who came together. I'm only defining in my own way. I'm not using definition of the dictionary, Oxford, either Oxford or Cambridge. No, I'm talking about my own way. Heritage is a line of tradition being followed by our forefathers. Though we are trying to modernize it these days, but the modernization should not keep it under the carpet. Now, what was is that embracing your heritage and culture is about understanding your roots, preserving meaningful tradition, and allowing your identity to be shaped by values that are life-giving. And I have 10 reasons I'm going to give here. And I also have 10 demerits I'm going to give here. First, and another thing I would like to say is this. I want to appreciate the person that sent this gift to me. I remember vividly I received this gift from Amazon one time, when I just got to the US. I didn't know. I was like, what is this gift all about? But later, will I say, later when I look at it spiritually in a sensitive manner, I realize that the person knows I love 10 things. I have in the title of the instrument, they call it 10 old harmonica instruments. And I was like, I don't know. When we were growing up, this is what we like blowing most in those days. But our parents don't see it as something that can be useful in the future. They will say, stop disturbing me, I'm sleeping. So maybe one of these days I will try and sit down and learn, or maybe my children will know how to do it very well. So thank you for the gift. God bless you and replenish your pocket. Who might have done this to me? Now, let me go further. I remember vividly while I was growing during my teenage, my mother gave me a Bible. I think, one of our neighbors gave the Bible to my mom, but my mom had transferred it to me, or I had inherited it from her because I don't have a Bible then. So, and why I'm referring to the Bible is because what I'm about to say is is inside the Bible, and the Bible is here with me in the US. I purposely brought it. I purposely brought it here in the US. Like I said, here's the Bible. I purposely brought it, not because this is my first book that I read so much. If you look at this book, there's no you will see marker everywhere. When I was growing in spirit, biblically. So where I'm going is, it gets to a point when I did my baptism. Thank you and thank God. They did not name me a Christian name then in 2003. But while I was growing, or before then, I first of all I was calling myself Caleb because my Muslim name is Kamal then. I gave myself Caleb. I said, okay, let me eradicate Kamal then. Let me call myself Caleb. Because KK. Later on, something deep dropped in me. I was like, why am I bearing a Saudi Arabia's name? Or why am I bearing another tribe name? I'm Opeyemi. And Opeyemi, sincerely, according to my mom in those days, if you tell my mom to sing one song like this, she will just say, Bokpe, Bokpe. She will ensure that she mentioned my name in the song she's singing. But that thing never tell me what she meant by singing my name or singing Okpe song most often. Not until I sat down one day, I told somebody, I said, okay, before that time, I gave myself another name. I was bearing, okay, my uncle, who is a cleric, who called me Joshua. He called me Joshua. Then I was like, sir, he said, what I could see that you have changed, you have accepted Christianity, and maybe your Christian name will be bearing Joshua. So I imbibed the name again. Later on, I dropped the name. Then I look at the Bible, I look at somebody that we most likely have something in common in the Bible in the Old Testament, which is David, being the last born of Jesse. Then I named myself David again. So before I know it, I walked up to one Alaji who was working in the airport. I told him, I said, I want to change my father's name and I want to change my name. He sat me down and said, it's just because most of our clergy be it Islamic, be it Christian, they don't understand the heritage of our name. That is why most of them, when they give their life to Christ or they give their life to Muhammad or what or the like, they will have to change their name. No. Because I asked him, I said, Daddy, can you tell me the meaning of Okpeyemi? He now told me. He told me the meaning. So when he told me the meaning, I was like, so this is the reason why my mom will always sing this song most often. Okpeyemi, according to him, when he was telling me, because I still have to go ask some other person, because my mom was no more then. When I asked the person, I said, is it true that the meaning of my name, because I was still young then, I don't know much then. So I said, is it true that the meaning of my name is this and this? He said, yes. So, please, brethren, I'm saying this not to castigate or not to go against you naming your child an English name or a Christian name or a biblical name. No. But please, let him or her never exclude that origin heritage name named after him or her, because those names make more sense than an English name. I will tell you the truth. I will tell you why. Because those people that were born, I will enlist, like I'm a boy now, I will enlist 10 people in Old Testament who and the meaning of their names as I'm going. So those people that were born, they were born because their name fell or they walk towards the time. Like, let me use Abraham as a person. Abraham was not Abraham initially. Abraham was Abram or Abram, or anyhow you want to call it. So, naming your child or your word after Abraham does not mean your child might achieve what Abraham has achieved. Don't get it twisted. Because there are some circumstances a child will be born. And when the child is born, the name that he or she brought from heaven or the occurrence at that period matters. Look at some circumstances. You give birth to a child. You call him Oluwadayisi. That means you have been having some sequential stillbirth. But you gave birth to one. Oluwadayisi means that God gave and make this to stay by with me forever. That child will always want to pray that God, the covenant that make you kept me alive, don't let that covenant go off me. Not that he's not bearing David. He's completely has forgotten Oluwadayisi or Oluwaseun or Oluwaniyi or Olaniyi. All those Yoruba name, all those Igbo name. I was even this Igbo name I love when I was growing, when I was teaching in a secondary school then in Lagos. When I hear Igbo name, you hear Chuku, you hear Chuku. Oh, those names are beautiful names. Fine. Hausa names too, they are beautiful, but most of their names is more of Arabic names. That's why most I will tell people, I will say, Nigeria, the real culture of that Nigeria is, I've told somebody before, Nigeria started with 2 tribes. Yes. Hausa was not even part of the tribes. It's just because we, the people that started the tribe, we don't know our rights. Our case was like selling your birthright to people. So the case started from Igbona. Oh no, there's this either Idoma. Yes, they started the tribe. Then before Yoruba emerged, when Yoruba emerged, then Nigeria became a sovereign nation, became a sovereign cities. Then Fulani, Hausa, and the likes started coming up. You see from Ghana, you see part of Hausas. You see from South Sudan, part of Hausas, like that, and the likes. Some of them migrated to Nigeria. But take it or leave it. In those days, even till now, they have one voice in the north. Not like our Yoruba people. Even at home, we are not united. Even outside the world, outside Nigeria, we are not united. May God touch her heart. Now, let me now go into those names that I want to talk about very well. Let me start from Abraham. Abraham was called Abraham. Then later on, God renamed him Abraham in Genesis 17, verse 5, meaning father of multitude, father of many nations, father of faiths. But don't get it twisted. When Abraham was given birth to, he was not called father of faith. So he rose up to become that. Now again, Isaac. The meaning of Isaac, a lot of people don't know it. Isaac was named because when Sarah was giving birth to Isaac, she was laughing. And the meaning of Isaac means he laughs. So Isaac came to the world by laughing or smiling. Oh, this is a beautiful word. A lot of prophecy have come, but thank God I came finally. He laughs. He laughed. Let me say that. He laughed. There was a laughter. Then Sarah laughed when she told she would bear a son in her old age. That was why Isaac was called Isaac. And it was the son of laughter. When the angel told Sarah, she laughs. When Isaac was also born, she was smiling. Most child, when they gave birth to them, that baby cry. Sometimes some of them will say, why did I come to, like, I remember when we were growing, there was this comedian there, because he would say, if they born a child in Nigeria, say, why did they born me in Nigeria? Why did they not born me where there is light 24 hours? America or UK or the likes. That the child want to go back to heaven. So that's the reason why most child cried. Look at Moses. Moses is a child drawn out of water. Yeah. The princess, that Pharaoh daughter, named him that name because the mother did not actually name him any name. Because they don't even think Moses will survive. Now, let's look at David, the almighty King David, whose name can never be erased, whose name will forever, till death, another death do us part, will forever be. The name of David was called dearly loved. If you're a child, everybody loves you. But mind you, it's not everybody that will love you. Some will love you. If you can see 60% of people around you loving you, that means you are a David. So, another one is Elijah. Elijah means my God is Yahweh. And Yahweh means the Lord. The other one is Caleb. Caleb is commonly understood as faithful, wholehearted, or devoted. He's very faithful to Moses. He's very faithful to Israelites. Samson. Samson. Everybody knows Samson. Samson is a name derived from sunshine or sun man. Then Elisha. Elisha means God saves. God saves. Don't forget Elijah. Elijah is God, is Yahweh. Elisha is God, is our salvation, or God saves. Ezekiel means God will strengthen, or somebody who was strengthened by God. Gideon is a mighty warrior. All these names were named later after they grown up. They were not basically the meaning. But in summary of everything, these meaning are based on the original Hebrew names and are widely accepted by biblical scholars and Bible dictionaries. So, why I'm outside today to talk basically is because there was a time I sat down, I was telling myself, I said, if I'm feeling any survey, if they ask me, are you African American? Are you this, that? I will say, order. Why did I say I will say order? I will tell you. The reason behind it is because I can't imagine myself being a black man and my fellow black man is giving me problem because he sees me as a terror, he sees me as a whatever. Let's look at the history of South Africa today. Every time when I watch the YouTube, I'm seeing South Africa crying. Some who knows what they are suffering from now will say and keep saying that they lost jobs. They don't know that the foreign nationals are even the one who are providing the jobs that they say, get back to your country, get back to your country. Now they can realize that there's nothing like go back to your country. They are even the one even making more money outside another person's country. Look at Ghana to be precise. Look at Nigeria to be precise. The rate we are paying on DSTV is not the rate they are paying in South Africa. And South Africa is even more richer than Nigeria. Yeah, because they manage their money. It's not that they are richer, but they manage their money, they manage their resources well than Nigeria. Who a politician will just siphon and buy a bra for $1.3 billion. A bra. And yet, she's still working and dancing around in Nigeria. So, now, where I'm going is this. There shouldn't be a rivalry. Seeing Africans, especially Nigerians, around you in America or the like, in Canada, because I remember there was a time Canada was saying, hey, they will stop giving a job to Nigerians. Seeing Nigerians anywhere or seeing them sharing and you both share the same color, you should not see yourself as enemy, but rather see them as them coming as Moses or coming to you to understand the heritage where you came from. I was watching a documentary this night. A black lady was saying, look at this Nigerian, this fucking, he was using a bad language. I don't want to use it on the hair. But using a bad language that we came to America, we built houses. This is different thing. If a Nigerian come here and go back to his country and build a very beautiful house, it's because he has a foresight. There's a difference of being a foreign national and become a citizen outside another country and a country of your birth. There's a difference between a country of birth and a country that you naturalized, as we were being taught in geography or economics or the likes. There's a difference. Like I always tell everybody, I said, if Americans say, okay, your time is up, go back to your country. My country cannot say, no. Even my president cannot tell me not to come back to not to get into my country. It's not possible. Because I never committed any offense, any offense that can warrant that. I will be welcome to my country any day, anytime. So if you see your fellow black man, your fellow black woman, what you should always come to your mind one day is they are coming around to make you feel the heritage, to make you feel what it takes to be a black man or a black woman. Not that you become enemy to each other. There was one TikTok program I was watching the other day. They were talking senses. The lady was talking senses. The guy who was like the committee the director of the program was also, they were talking senses. They were bringing out issues. I don't understand. Fighting each other. You are a black, you are a white, you are this. It is not in God's plan for our life. It is not. I am like as I am. It all depends. I have never for once said you are black, you are white. I have never for once. But it is the only thing that the way you treat me is the way I will treat you. Because I can't love you more than I love myself. It's not possible. Take it or leave it. I can't love you more than the way I love myself. So, now, let me now give you the 10 points as a Nigerian or as an African why you need to embrace the major values, major reasons why you need to embrace your heritage. The first most important thing is because of your unborn children. There are a lot of people who might be deported for one reason or the other. They don't know where they belong. They don't even know who they don't even know their head. They don't even know their house. They don't know their father's house anymore. A lot of people are here in America for God knows how many years. They have never even for one day traveled. Or because of what one pastor has told them. Like if you go to Nigeria, they will kill you. If you go to Nigeria, they will do this, they will do that. Or I don't want to talk that on the hair. Now, the first thing is that it strengthens your identity. How does it strengthen your identity? Knowing your cultural heritage help you understand who you are. That's number one. Where you came from. That's number two. The experiences that have shaped your family and community. A strong sense of identity often builds confidence and resilience. Now, let's look at it in the Bible. It said, that was my first mentor, because I love him very well, King David. Psalm 139 verse 14. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I will see some Nigerians, even in Nigeria that we are, they will be going to change their color to white by using chemicals on their body. My people perish because of lack of wisdom and knowledge. Number two, it preserves your history. Every culture carries stories, achievements, struggles, and wisdom. Embracing your heritage helps ensure that these are not forgotten, but passed on to future generations. Look at America now. Let me just say, no, when America was getting independent, nobody is alive then. But because they embrace their culture, then the culture is still going to the generation to generation. Let's look at Psalm 78, verse 4. He said, we will tell the next generation the praiseworthy deeds of the Lord. Of the Lord. We will tell the next generation the praiseworthy deeds of the Lord. That's the history we are talking about in embracing your culture. Number 3 is that it promotes family unit. It promotes family unit, especially young guys who are about to marry. If you are dating a lady who is trying to separate you from your family, know that is the first star red flag. Because a family unity is not anything someone can toy with. Cultural traditions, languages, celebration, and value strengthens family bonds and create lasting memories across generations. Across generations. Yeah. The number 4, it said it builds self-confidence. You'll be able to have self-confidence. You'll be able to have self-confidence. If you want to act like a white man, if you want to speak like a white man, I remember, I don't know. Be yourself wherever you find yourself every goddamn fucking time. I mean it. I'm not saying you should not talk like a white man, but wanting to be like somebody that you are not is a problem. It's a type 3 error. I just got to know in America, because in Nigeria we have type 1 and type 2 error, which is more common. So when I just heard of type 3 error, I was like, type 3 error. Then I read about it. I realized that there's type 3 error. Number 5. Okay, people who appreciate their background are often less likely to feel pressured. Like I was saying the other time. It is easy to make money in Nigeria, but here in America, you have to use a stage. I beg, brother, if you cut stage, FBI go there after you. Then you will know, say, this is America. So these are stages. Go to school, finish school. If your parent can assist you starting a business or get a job, then your life starts afresh. Number 5, it preserves language and traditions. Okay, if you refuse, one experience I hate most in my visit to UK is an inability of seeing a Nigerian like me. They will act as if they are not Nigerians. I said, this is not country I can live. Though it is something like that I hear in the US, but it's not really common. I was in Walmart in 2 or 3 days ago. I want to go and buy something. There's a guy from Bayelsa who greeted me. There's a guy from Delta who greeted me. They were not Yoruba like me, but they greeted me. But this is another thing. When I was in UK, I wanted to greet. I would just see the person would just change face. I say, and I've learned my lesson in a hard way. Which I would just change. I would just act as if I was counting the series. Number 6, it encourages respect for diversity? How does it encourage respect for diversity? Understanding your own culture often make it easier to appreciate and respect the culture of others. Because if you don't appreciate your culture, you cannot appreciate another person's culture. Eh? You can't. You can't. This promotes peaceful coexistence and meaningful cross-cultural relationship. Revelation 7 verse 9. This describes people from every nation, tribe, people, and language worshiping God in one voice together. Number 7, it provides morals and cultural values. Morals and cultural values. The last, many cultures teach respect for elders, especially Yoruba. I remember the time phone just came up when Obasanjo introduced phone then. So even when they are on phone, the way Yoruba people respect elders, they will prostrate, they will be talking to phone. Also, people will kneel down and be talking on phone, all because of the respect. That's how we were trained. But it was later on that people say, it's not necessary that you have to kneel down talking on phone. The person did not see you. So, and the likes. This hospitality, honesty, diligence, community responsibility, and compassion. All those people in UK who saw me, who never wanted to greet me, because they don't feel their heritage. Even if you felt I'm a bad person, greeting, good morning, does not change anything from you. Even if I tell you, give me money, if you say you don't have, does not change anything from you. Can you tell, greetings does not change anything, does not lessen you, doesn't make you less. Then these values can strengthen character, and when they align with sound morals, principles. Number 8, it creates a sense of belonging. That was exactly what I was telling the Black Americans. When you see an African American or you see an African guy, especially in Nigeria, because every African is Nigerian. If you say that's the problem. If you say any African today, they say he's in Nigeria. He's a Nigerian. I don't know why our father did not reduce childbirth when they were giving birth to us. Maybe our population would not have been much like this. So, heritage connects you to a larger community and give you a place within a continuous story. Heritage connects you to a larger community. When I just go to the state, you see everybody calling me Igbo. Are you Igbo? Are you Igbo? Are you Igbo? Because most of them are used to Igbo. So, but because of the heritage, I will tell them, no, I'm Yoruba. Or I'll call it the way we used to call it, I'm Yoruba. Yeah. Reducing feeling of isolation and fostering mutual support, which are not there anymore. There's no mutual support anymore, so they're not supporting you. A guy was talking about some people in Canada reporting another in Nigeria reporting in Nigerian so that they can stop terminate his employment in Nigeria. In Nigeria, for that matter. He said the most stupid. No, I'm not part of them because me, I've never done any of my Nigerian. I've never done them evil before, except they think I was. I have never, because One thing I know for sure in my life is it is only what you plan for me that you get back. If you plan evil for me, you definitely get evil back. And when you are getting it back, you think I'm the one that is doing it to you. Because they don't know that. Look at the finger. You point one to somebody. Well, how many is coming back to you? 4. It's an irony. Life is a fact. So, number 9, it's inspired the future generation, our Gen Zs. When they see this, they will be inspired. They will be inspired. I was so happy seeing the lady who came all the way from UK to play for his fatherland. I think the mother was not even in Nigeria, but the father was in Nigeria. She played for Nigeria. And even addition, added a lot of salt, Maggi, thyme, curry into the team. Because some of the team who have never traveled out before, seeing a white lady who is in Nigeria playing with them, their morale will be high, man. I'm serious. Some are like that. Some are like that because there are some people in Nigeria, seeing a white person is like seeing God to them. And I'm not blaming them because it's just the environments they found themselves. So, number 10. Okay, when young people understand and value their heritage, they are more likely to carry forward positive tradition while contributing creativity to society, just like I said about the lady, the white lady from the UK. From the UK. I spoke more of our men who were playing, the one playing for US, the one playing for UK, the one playing for different countries. I didn't blame them because in Nigeria today, it's only the female soccer team that is doing good. The male, even the president will promise them and fail, will not give them what he promised. So, if you were in their shoe, would you want to play for your country? So, the last but not the least, it honors God's work through human diversity. It honors God's work through human diversity. What do we mean? What do we mean by this? From a Christian perspective, cultural diversity reflects the richness of God's creation. While Christians are called to reject practices that conflict with God's word, they can celebrate the language, music, histories, and tradition that honor God, not the other way around. From one man, he made all the nation, that they should inhabit the whole earth. That's Acts 17, verse 26. Now, to balance everything I have said so far, embracing your heritage does not mean accepting every cultural practice without question. Because our Gen Z children of this day, you say, why? Your daddy say this, you say, daddy, tell me the reason why. Now, if you don't grow your heritage, what will you be able to tell your Gen Z baby? That will always ask you why? Because their own question, their own way of learning now is why. If you say you must wear this shoe, that is why. You must wear these glasses, that is why. Their own is why. So I pray as a father or a mother, you will not tell them that because why has a toothy and and a long line. So Christians are called to celebrate what is good, just, honorable, while rejecting practices that contradict God's truth. Like this guy sang the other time that we are changing the culture, we are shifting the culture into God's perspective. And for the fact that we are changing the culture does not mean we are eradicating the culture. Eradicating the culture is what I am talking about. Eradicating the heritage is what I am talking about. Now, because there was a time I heard a Nigerian name me, because Messi is a footballer, name me his child Messi. Please, what is it deriving? Do you even know the meaning of Messi? Huh? May God give us a good insight. Do you know the meaning of Messi in Brazil? Do you know the meaning of in Argentina? Or what? Where did he even come from? Because I don't understand. I don't get it. Devaluing your heritage because one guy is a popular. Oh my God. What is true, whatever is noble, that's Philippians 4 verse 8. Whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, think about such things. By embracing the positive aspect of your heritage, you preserve your identity, enrich your family and community, and contribute to a society that values both its own traditions and the dignity of other tribes. Be it an American, be it a British guy, wherever where they come from, in Norwegian, all those kind of tribes, anywhere from any part of the world. Now, what are the demerits of not embracing your culture, your heritage? If a person neglects or rejects their cultural heritage without good reason, there can be significant personal, family, societal consequences. And I will also take you to Bible for you to understand. Number first thing is loss of identity. Without an understanding of your roots, you may struggle with sense of identity or belonging, making it easier to be influenced by every new trend or ideology. Every new trend, you see people, whatever that is trending, like the way people now in Nigeria will say my bad, because they know that American people say my bad, my bad, my bad. Now it has become a slang in Nigeria now. My bad. If our politicians will say my bad too now. Eh? It doesn't be fine. I'm not I don't want to go there. Now, Jeremiah 6 verse 16. Standing at the crossroad and look, ask for the ancient paths, and you will find rest for your souls. Disconnection from family history. That's another one. Ignoring your heritage can create a gap. You know, I said about somebody who came home who does not even know their family house. When the pastor make him a maga, a Nigerian pastor or a pastor here in the US, was the way they are a maga, the way the maga people in Nigeria, the way the maga they are here in the US. I've seen a lot on TikTok prophesying rubbish, say what God has not said to people's life, and people begin to accept it. Okay, I'm not meant to talk about that because I am not. This is not the time for that. Disconnection from family history between generations, causing family stories, traditions, and valuable life lessons to be lost. Now, the number 3 things is loss of language and cultural knowledge. Language, custom, traditional skills, and oral histories may disappear if they are not learned or passed on. I saw this very well in the life of our Gen Z who comes to the Western society. Most of them, when they get here, they become the God, they become the Lord of themselves. And it's life after after America or after UK that we are. We'll still meet at home now. You will need one thing, one thing, one. Even if you become American citizens today, you will still come to Nigeria and we need one thing, one day. That's where people miss it. Because you were able to travel out of your country does not make you to devalue your culture, to devalue your heritage, to stand for the truth when you need to stand for the truth, to speak right when you need to speak right. Most of us don't even know the reason why most of us, God has given us ability to travel to the Western world, to the society at large. It's no other reason than to become a light to others back home against our so-called politicians who have transfigured their own art to a dog art. I'll be addressing this issue on Wednesday by God's grace. But this is not time for that. Because main reasons why you see all this kidnapping and the likes in Nigeria, they are the politicians who caused all this. They are the ones who caused it. But I don't want to go there. Weak family bonds. When cultural traditions and shared values are abandoned, opportunity for family unity and intergenerational connection may diminish. As it will have a weak family bonds. Then it reduces the sense of belonging. People who are disconnected from their heritage may feel isolated or uncertain about where they fit. Somebody does not even know whether it's Yoruba, whether it's Igbo, because Yoruba and Igbo will look more alike. It's just the Hausas that's a little bit different from us a bit. And I even remember when I was serving, I remember there was one Igbo guy that said, we were just like carbon copy of ourselves in just then. The guy came from Delta. I can't remember. I don't know. Then when we started, when I was doing my paramilitary experience, encounter after my first degree, especially when living in a multicultural society, that's a Western society, loss of positive value. Many cultures emphasize virtues such as respect for others and the like. Neglecting this tradition may result in losing value moral lessons. There are some people, because you raise your children abroad, you don't teach them how to kneel down, how to prostrate to an elder. My people will say something that a child that lost his or her home is creating a, a future kid. Also, is hanging a kid that will beat him or her in the future. Number 7, it increases cultural assimilation. Without appreciation for your own background, you may adopt another culture or critically and lose unique aspects of your identity. That is just it. You will lose your identity. Number 8, missed opportunity to contribute. Your cultural heritage offers perspective, creativity, and experience that can enrich society. Ignoring it means those contributions may be diminished. Number 9, weaker community connections. Shared tradition often strengthens relationship within communities. Losing them can reduce social support. and community cohesion. Number 10, which is the last but not the least, loss of legacy for future generation. And legacy begins as well at home. Children and grandchildren may grow up without knowing their family histories, values, language, and traditions, then making it difficult to preserve a meaningful family legacy. There was a Bible reference to that, Deuteronomy 6:6-7. It said, encourages parents to pass on God's command and teach it to the next generation, illustrates biblical importance of intentional transmission across generation. A balanced perspective. Not every culture should be preserved. That's one. Every culture contains practices that are beneficial, other that may be harmful. From a Christian perspective, believers are called to hold fast to what is good and godly and reject practice that conflict with God's word. First Thessalonians 5:21-22. Test everything, hold fast what is good, abstain from every form of evil. The goal is not to preserve culture for its own sake, but to preserve what is true, honorable, and beneficial, while allowing God's truth to shape every aspect of our life. Yeah. So, heritage or no heritage, culture or no culture. But I just wanted you to understand that no matter what it takes, if you're ever saying it, I will not raise my child in the Nigerian manner. I will not raise. Who are you using it to offend? You are using it to even offend yourself in the future. You are the one killing your own legacy. You've killed your legacy while you are alive. You've killed your heritage while you are alive. You killed your roots while you are alive. I remember the time. Let me not go there. But the most important thing is, don't ever forget that life well lived with your children will never be unforgotten. Partnership with your children will be passed on to their own children. And they will forever be grateful to you as a father. The last thing I would like to say on this, to end this, please, all this rivalry between, like I was saying, I wanted to say something the other time. The time when I just got to US, I was having issue with the Black American. I would say, if possible, if I become an American, I'll call myself Nigerian American. I would not even call myself African American or Black American. I will not classify myself to be Black American anymore. Because this thing is too much then. When I just came, I was telling myself, I'm going back to my country. The way South Africa tells our people to go back to our country. I said, I'm going back to my country. I cannot be in a country that, because in Nigeria, we are like, we see ours, though there are some fake friendship and there are some real friendship. The way we embrace ourselves back home, you can hardly know, except ethnicity, religion, and the likes wanting to separate us these days. But God will intervene. Finally, this is to our clergy, because I've experienced it before. In the Redeemed Christian Church of God in Atlanta, there was a time I wore my native attire with my beads and the likes. Most of them were seeing me as if I'm a traditional person. They did not even call first timer. Don't talk of even calling me after I have left. All this must stop. All this must stop. I go to US. There was sometimes I will see a man who is from Portuguese, he will tie his wrapper. They would dress in their own attire. But I don't know where we have missed it. Our old pages, where we have missed it. Don't, fine. You should be able to bridge things. God will help us. God will see us through in the mighty name of Jesus. I've come in peace and I'm returning in peace. May God, in His infinite mercy, see us through this so that the heritage, the love, the unity, the peace, the progress in all the nations of the world will be burning in our hearts every day. That we'll see ourselves as one people, one nation, one world, and one continent. In the mighty name of Jesus. Go and win with Jesus. Shalom.